Question 1. Which of the following statements best describes the role of the Texas Department of Insurance, EDI? A. The TDI oversees the financial solvency of insurance companies in Texas and ensures that they comply with federal regulations. B. The EDI is responsible for investigating and prosecuting fraudulent insurance claims but does not regulate insurance rates. C. The TDI enforces the Texas Insurance Code, licenses insurance agents, and monitors the financial health of insurance companies operating in Texas. D. EDI only handles consumer complaints and has no authority over insurance contracts or policy provisions. Answer. C. The EDI enforces the Texas Insurance Code, licenses insurance agents, and monitors the financial health of insurance companies operating in Texas. Explanation. The Texas Department of Insurance, EDI, is a broad mandate that includes enforcing the Texas Insurance Code, overseeing the solvency and financial practices of insurance companies, licensing insurance professionals, agents, adjusters, etc., and ensuring protections. TDI also plays a key role in regulating insurance policies, contracts, and the rates charged by insurers, ensuring that companies operate in a financially sound and ethical manner. Question 2. Scenario. Mr. Allen has purchased a homeowner's insurance policy in Texas. After significant storm, his home sustains water damage. Upon submitting his claim, the insurance company informs him that the water damage is not covered under the policy due to an exclusion for flood damage. What should Mr. Allen do to address this situation? A. File complaint with the Texas Department of Insurance, EDI, and request review of the claim. B. Accept the decision as flood damage is not typically covered by standard homeowners policies in Texas. C. Sue the insurance company for breach of contract as flood damage should always be covered. D. Cancel the insurance policy and seek coverage from another insurer offering flood protection. Answer A. File a complaint with the Texas Department of Insurance, TDI, and request a review of the claim. Explanation. In Texas, flood damage is typically excluded from standard homeowners policies, but consumers still have the right to challenge unfair claims handling practices. Mr. Allen can file complaint with EDI if he believes that the insurance company's handling of his claim is not in compliance with the Texas Insurance Code. The TDI investigate whether the insurer adhered to the guidelines for claims handling, including any potential violations related to unfair claims settlement practices. It is important to note that flood insurance must be purchased separately, and the consumer's contract should clearly outline the exclusions. Question 3. Which of the following is true about the Texas Insurance Code's provisions for consumer protections in relation to marketing and advertising of insurance products? A. Insurance companies are required to provide full disclosure of policy terms only if the consumer specifically requests the information. B. Insurance companies may use deceptive or misleading advertisements if they believe the information will attract more customers. C. Insurance companies must provide clear, transparent, and non-deceptive advertising, including full disclosure of key policy terms and conditions. D. There are no specific on advertising practices in Texas, leaving it to insurance companies to determine the extent of their disclosures. Answer. C. Insurance companies must provide clear, transparent, and non-deceptive advertising, including full disclosure of key policy terms and conditions. Explanation. The Texas Insurance Code has strict rules regarding insurance marketing and advertising practices. Insurance companies are required to ensure that all marketing materials, including advertisements, are clear, non-deceptive, and accurately reflect the terms and conditions of their policies. It includes the full disclosure of key policy terms, such as coverage limits, exclusions, and premiums. Misleading or deceptive advertising practices are prohibited to protect consumers from being misinformed or misled about their coverage options. Question 4. Which of the following actions would most likely be considered a violation of the Texas Insurance Code related to unfair trade practices? A. An agent offers a lower premium to a client based on their health status. B. An insurance company uses a pricing model based solely on geographic location without regard to risk factors. C. An agent provides a full disclosure of all policy terms and premiums, including exclusions. D. An insurer offers coverage to a client with a pre-existing condition following the guidelines for coverage inclusion. Answer A. An agent offers a lower premium to a client based on their health status. Explanation. Under the Texas Insurance Code, it is considered an unfair trade practice to discriminate against individuals based on their health status. This is prohibited in the context of underwriting and pricing for health insurance policies. Offering a low premium based on a client's health condition could lead to potential violations related to unfair discrimination. Insurers must use appropriate rating factors that are in line with state laws and ensure that they do not engage in prohibited practices like health status-based pricing unless allowed by specific regulations. Question 5. Which of the following best describes the requirement for insurance companies to submit their rates for approval in Texas? A. Insurance companies can change their rates at any time without approval from the Texas Department of Insurance. B. Insurance companies must submit their rates to the Texas Department of Insurance for approval before they can be used, and EDI can reject rates if they are deemed excessive or unfair. C. Insurance companies only need to submit rates for review if they are increasing premiums by more than 10%. D. Insurance companies submit their rates for approval only when there is a major regulatory change, such as a new insurance law being enacted. Answer. B. Insurance companies must submit their rates to the Texas Department of Insurance for approval before they can be used, and EDI can reject rates if they are deemed excessive or unfair. Explanation. In Texas, insurance companies are required to submit their proposed rates to the Texas Department of Insurance (EDI) for approval before using them in the market. The TDI reviews the rates to ensure they are not excessive, inadequate, discriminatory. If the rates are found to be unfair or violate regulations, TDI has the authority to reject the rates or ask for modifications. This is a key aspect of rate regulation in Texas, ensuring that consumers are protected from unreasonable pricing practices. Question 6. Scenario. Ms. Taylor has recently applied for life insurance coverage in Texas. After the underwriting process, the insurance company denies her application based on her age and health conditions. She believes the denial was unfair and wants to take action. What should Ms. Taylor do next? A. File a complaint with the Texas Department of Insurance (TDI) and request a review of the underwriting decision. B. Accept the denial, as insurance companies are allowed to reject applicants based on their health conditions. C. Sue the insurance company for discrimination, as it is illegal to deny life insurance based on age. D. Seek a new insurance policy with a different insurer, as the denial is likely standard practice. Answer A. File a complaint with the Texas Department of Insurance (TDI) and request a review of the underwriting decision. Explanation. In Texas, while insurance companies can use certain factors like age and health in underwriting decisions, they must do so in accordance with established guidelines and regulations. If Ms. Taylor feels that the rejection was unfair or discriminatory, she has the right to file a complaint with the Texas Department. Insurance TD or TDI can review the complaint to ensure that the underwriting process adhered to the relevant laws, such as prohibitions against unfair discrimination. If the insurer has violated regulations, corrective actions may be taken. Question 7. Which of the following is true regarding the Texas Insurance Guarantee Association (TIGA)? A. TIGA provides insurance coverage to individuals whose insurers become insolvent or fail to meet their financial obligations. B. TIGA only offers coverage for health insurance policies in Texas. C. TIGA can override the terms and conditions of existing insurance policies if an insurer becomes insolvent. D. TIGA applies only to life insurance policies and not to property or casualty policies. Answer A. TIGA provides insurance coverage to individuals whose insurers become insolvent or fail to meet their financial obligations. Explanation. The Texas Insurance Guarantee Association (TIGA) is a mechanism designed to protect policyholders if their insurance company becomes insolvent. TIGA steps in to provide coverage up to certain limits, ensuring that consumers are not left without insurance protection. It applies to a broad range of insurance policies, including property, casualty, and life insurance, but it does not extend coverage to health insurance policies. TIGA's role is to mitigate the impact of insurer insolvency, allowing policyholders to continue to receive the benefits they are entitled to under their existing policies within the limits set by the association. Question 8. Which of the following provisions is required in all valid insurance contracts under the Texas Insurance Code? A. A provision that allows the insurance company to cancel the policy at any time for any reason. B. A clause specifying the legal name of the insurance company, the named insured, and the coverage limits. C. A requirement for the insured to pay the premiums in full before the insurance policy takes effect. D. A waiver of the insured's right to file lawsuit against the insurer in the event of dispute. Answer B. A clause specifying the legal name of the insurance company, the named insured, and the coverage limits. Explanation. The Texas Insurance Code requires that certain provisions be included in all valid insurance contracts. This includes identifying the legal name of the insurance company, the policyholder, named insured, and the coverage limits. These provisions ensure that the contract is clear and that all parties understand the terms of the agreement. Important that the contract outlines the key details of coverage and obligations to avoid confusion and ensure that the policy is legally binding. Other clauses, such as requiring the insured to waive the right to sue or allowing cancellation without cause, are not standard or legally required. Question 9. Which of the following is considered an unfair claims settlement practice under Texas law? A. An insurer unreasonably delays paying a claim without providing a valid reason for the delay. B. An insurer offers a settlement that is lower than the maximum benefit available under the policy but still within the policy limits. C. An insurer requires the claimant to submit additional documentation after an initial claim submission as long as it is requested within the contract timeframe. D. An insurer communicates with the claimant within prescribed time limits set by the Texas Department of Insurance. Answer A. An insurer unreasonably delays paying a claim without providing a valid reason for the delay. Explanation. Under Texas law, insurers are prohibited from engaging in unfair claims settlement practices, which include delaying the payment of claims without a valid reason. Insurance companies are required to act in good faith and settle claims promptly. If an insurer unreasonably delays payment or fails to provide an explanation for the delay, you're violating the Texas Insurance Code. The law ensures that policyholders are treated fairly and that claims are handled efficiently within the established guidelines for claims processing. Question 10. What is the primary purpose of the Texas workers' compensation insurance laws? A. To provide a standard amount of compensation for injured workers, regardless of the circumstances. B. To ensure that employees who are injured on the job receive medical care and compensation for lost wages without having to sue their employer. C. To allow workers to file lawsuits against their employers for injuries sustained on the job. D. To provide insurance coverage for employees of non-profit organizations in Texas. Answer B. To ensure that employees who are injured on the job receive medical care and compensation for lost wages without having to sue their employer. Explanation. The primary purpose of the Texas workers' compensation insurance laws is to provide a no-fault system for workers who are injured on the job. Under this system, injured employees receive medical treatment and compensation for lost wages through workers' compensation insurance without needing to file a lawsuit against their employer. This system is designed to ensure that employees receive timely compensation for workplace injuries while also protecting employers from excessive lawsuits. It simplifies the claims process and ensures both parties are treated fairly. Question 11. Which of the following is not a requirement for an agent to be licensed to sell insurance in Texas? A. Completion of a pre-licensing course. B. Passing the state licensing exam. C. A minimum of 5 years of professional insurance experience. D. Submission of fingerprints for a criminal background check. Answer C. A minimum of 5 years of professional insurance experience. Explanation. To become a licensed insurance agent in Texas, the agent must complete a pre-licensing course, pass the state licensing exam, and submit fingerprints for a criminal background check. However, there is no requirement for a minimum number of years of professional insurance experience. Question 12. Which of the following best describes the Texas Department of Insurance (TDI) role in the insurance industry? A. The EDI is responsible for approving all insurance rates and determining the coverage limits for policies. B. The EDI regulates insurance companies, ensuring they comply with state laws and consumer protection regulations. C. The EDI sets premiums for all types of insurance policies. D. The EDI oversees the investigation of insurance fraud only. Answer B. The EDI regulates insurance companies, ensuring they comply with state laws and consumer protection regulations. Explanation. The Texas Department of Insurance (EDI) plays a critical role in regulating the insurance industry in Texas. It ensures that insurance companies comply with state laws, enforces consumer protection regulations, and oversees licensing and complaint resolution. TI does not set premiums, policies, but works to ensure that insurance companies operate in a fair and competitive manner. Question 13. Which of the following actions is considered an example of an unfair claims settlement practice under the Texas Insurance Code? A. Offering a settlement that is less than the maximum amount specified in the policy. B. Delaying payment of a claim without providing an adequate explanation. C. Offering a settlement that exceeds the policy's coverage limit. D. Requiring the claimant to provide additional documentation within the time frame specified in the policy. Answer B. Delaying payment of a claim without providing an adequate explanation. The Texas Insurance Code prohibits unfair claims settlement practices such as delaying payments without providing an adequate reason. Insurers are required to settle claims promptly and in good faith. If a claim is delayed or denied without a valid explanation, the insurer may be violating the law. Question 14. Which of the following is a valid reason for an insurance company to deny a claim under Texas law? A. The claimant has a history of filing multiple claims with the same insurer. B. The insurance company determines the claim is fraudulent based on a reasonable investigation. C. The claimant was injured while participating in a recreational activity not covered by the policy. D. The claimant is late in paying premiums for a different insurance policy. Answer B. The insurance company determines the claim is fraudulent based on a reasonable investigation. Explanation. Insurance companies have the right to deny claims if they reasonably determine the claim is fraudulent. This decision must be based on evidence obtained through a thorough investigation. Denying a claim for reasons unrelated to the policy, such as non-payment of premiums for another policy, is not a valid reason under Texas law. Question 15. Under Texas law, an insurance agent must disclose which of the following to a prospective client before selling a policy? A. The maximum amount the insurer will pay out for any claim. B. The specific terms of all policy exclusions. C. The name of the underwriter who approved the policy. D. The address of the insurance company's corporate headquarters. Correct answer B. The specific terms of all policy exclusions. Explanation. Texas law requires insurance agents to fully disclose to prospective clients the terms of the policy, including any exclusions. It is critical for consumers to be informed about what is and isn't covered by their policy. This ensures transparency and helps prevent misunderstandings about the scope of coverage. Question 16. Which of the following is a key feature of a Texas homeowner's insurance policy? A. It automatically covers personal injuries that occur outside of the home. B. It only covers damage caused by fire, but no other types of damage. C. It includes liability coverage for injuries that occur on the property. D. It excludes coverage for flood damage unless specifically added. Answer C. It includes liability coverage for injuries that occur on the property. Explanation. A Texas homeowner's insurance policy typically includes liability coverage that protects the policyholder if someone is injured on the property. It also includes coverage for damages to the home and personal property, but flood damage is excluded unless a separate flood insurance policy is added. Question 17. Which of the following is true regarding Texas? Twill employment laws in relation to insurance policies. A. Employers are not required to provide workers' compensation insurance in Texas. B. Employers must provide workers' compensation coverage for all employees, regardless of the industry. C. Workers' compensation is only required for employers in certain high-risk industries. D. Employers are prohibited from terminating an employee who has filed workers' compensation claim. Answer C. Workers' compensation is only required for employers in certain high-risk industries. Explanation. In Texas, employers are not required to provide workers' compensation insurance unless they are in certain high-risk industries or have more than a specific number of employees. Texas is unique in allowing employers to opt out of workers' compensation coverage, but those who choose not to provide it must accept liability for workplace in other ways. Question 18. Which of the following would not be a valid reason for an insurance company to cancel a policy in Texas? A. Non-payment of premiums by the policyholder. B. A significant change in the policyholder's risk profile, such as dangerous occupation. C. The policyholder's decision to change insurers. D. The policyholder's failure to provide additional documentation requested by the insurer. Answer: C. The policyholder's decision to change insurers. Explanation: insurance companies in Texas can cancel a policy for reasons such as non-payment of premiums, a change in the policyholder's risk profile, or failure to provide requested documentation. However, the policyholder's decision to change insurers is not valid reason for the insurer to cancel the policy. Question 19. What is the maximum amount of coverage that the Texas Insurance Guarantee Association (TIGA) will pay for a covered claim? A. $300,000 for most types of claims. B. $500,000 for most types of claims. C. $1 million for any claim. D. $10,000 for health insurance claims. Answer: B. $500,000 for most types of claims. Explanation: the Texas Insurance Guarantee Association (TIGA) provides coverage to policyholders of insurance companies that become insolvent. The maximum amount that TIGA will pay is $500,000 per claim, which applies to most types of claims, such as life, health, and property insurance claims. Question 20. Which of the following statements is true about the Texas auto insurance minimum coverage requirements? A. Texas law requires all drivers to carry full coverage insurance. B. All drivers in Texas must have at least liability insurance with minimum limits of 30, 60, 25. C. Texas drivers are only required to have uninsured motorist coverage, not liability insurance. D. Drivers can legally drive without insurance if they are enrolled in a state-sponsored insurance program. Answer: B. All drivers in Texas must have at least liability insurance with minimum limits of 30, 60, 25. Explanation: Texas law requires drivers to carry at least liability insurance with minimum coverage limits of 30, 60, 25, which means $30,000 for bodily injury per person, $60,000 for bodily injury per accident, and $25,000 for property damage. Full coverage is mandatory under Texas law, and drivers can also opt for other options, such as uninsured motorist coverage. Question 21. In Texas, a homeowner's insurance policy would typically cover which of the following? A. Flood damage to personal property. B. Losses incurred during a home-based business operation. C. Personal injuries that occur outside of the home. D. Theft of personal property inside the home. Answer: D. Theft of personal property inside the home. Explanation: homeowners insurance in Texas typically covers losses due to theft of personal property inside the home, damage to the home, and liability for injuries that occur on the property. Flood damage, losses during business operations, and injuries outside the home would generally require additional coverage or policies. Question 22. Which of the following is a typical feature of a Texas auto insurance policy? A. Coverage for damage to your own vehicle regardless of fault. B. Coverage for medical expenses for any injuries sustained by passengers in other vehicles. C. Liability coverage for injury or damage you caused to others while driving. D. Coverage for auto repairs due to regular wear and tear. Answer: C. Liability coverage for injury or damage you caused to others while driving. Explanation: in Texas, auto insurance policies typically include liability coverage that helps pay for injury or damage caused to others in an accident for which you are at fault. Other types of coverage, such as comprehensive and collision, may cover damage to your own vehicle, but basic auto insurance does not cover regular wear and tear or medical expenses for passengers in other vehicles. Question 23. What is the minimum age requirement to be licensed as an insurance agent in Texas? A. 18 years old. B. 21 years old. C. 25 years old. D. 16 years old. Answer: A. 18 years old. Explanation: in Texas, the minimum age requirement to become a licensed insurance agent is 18 years old. This is the legal age for entering into contracts and fulfilling the requirements of the licensing process, which includes passing the licensing exam and completing the necessary pre-licensing education. Question 24. Which of the following types of insurance is required by law for drivers in Texas? A. Collision insurance. B. Liability insurance. C. Comprehensive insurance. D. Uninsured motorist coverage. Answer: B. Liability insurance. Explanation: in Texas, liability insurance is the only type of auto insurance required by law for drivers. It covers damage or injury you cause to others in an accident. While other types of coverage, such as collision and comprehensive insurance, can be helpful, they are not mandatory under Texas law. Question 25. Which of the following is a legal requirement for an insurer to deny a claim in Texas? A. The claim was filed after the policy expiration date. B. The policyholder is under investigation for fraud. C. The claimant failed to report the incident to the police. D. The insurer decides to not cover a loss regardless of the cause. Answer B. The policyholder is under investigation for fraud. Explanation: in Texas, insurance companies have the right to deny a claim if there is reasonable suspicion of fraud. Other reasons for denial, such as filing a claim after the policy expires, may be valid based on the terms of the contract, but the insurer must provide evidence and a valid reason for the decision. Question 26. Which of the following is true regarding Texas personal injury protection PEP coverage? A. PEP coverage is mandatory for all drivers in Texas. B. PEP covers medical expenses and lost wages regardless of who caused the accident. C. PEP only covers medical expenses for the policyholder, not for passengers. D. PEP coverage is limited to injuries caused by uninsured drivers. Answer B. PEP covers medical expenses and lost wages, regardless of who caused the accident. Explanation: in Texas, personal injury protection PEP is optional, not mandatory. However, if a driver chooses to include it, PEP will cover medical expenses and lost wages for the policyholder, passengers, and even pedestrians injured in an accident, regardless of who caused the accident. Question 27. What is the primary purpose of the Texas Windstorm Insurance Association TWIA? A. To provide flood insurance coverage for coastal areas in Texas. B. To offer insurance coverage for damage caused by hurricanes, tornadoes, and windstorms. C. To cover property damage caused by earthquakes. D. To manage claims related to automobile accidents in Texas. Answer B. To offer insurance coverage for damage caused by hurricanes, tornadoes, and windstorms. Explanation: the Texas Windstorm Insurance Association (TWIA) provides insurance coverage for windstorm and hail damage in areas of Texas that are at high risk for such events, particularly along the Gulf Coast. It is a public insurance provider designed to help homeowners who cannot obtain coverage from private insurers in windstorm-prone. Question 28. Which of the following actions is a violation of Texas insurance fraud law? A. Failing to pay premiums on time. B. Providing false information on an insurance application. C. Reporting a claim for a loss that was caused by an unpreventable accident. D. Choosing not to purchase additional coverage for valuables in a home insurance policy. Answer B. Providing false information on an insurance application. Explanation: providing false information on an insurance application, such as misrepresenting the value of property or the details of a previous claim, is a violation of Texas insurance fraud laws. This could lead to criminal charges and the denial of coverage or claims. Question 29. Under Texas law, an insurer must notify the policyholder of an impending cancellation or non-renewal of an insurance policy at least how many days in advance? A. 7 days. B. 10 days. C. 30 days. D. 60 days. Answer C. 30 days. Explanation: in Texas, insurers are required to notify policyholders at least 30 days in advance if they plan to cancel or not renew a policy. This gives the policyholder time to seek alternate coverage or resolve any issues that may have led to the cancellation or non-renewal. Question 30. Which of the following is considered a no-fault to insurance feature under Texas law? A. Liability coverage for damages caused to other drivers. B. Personal injury protection PEP coverage that covers medical expenses regardless of fault. C. Comprehensive coverage for vehicle damage caused by accidents. D. Uninsured motorist coverage for accidents involving drivers who do not have insurance. Answer B. Personal injury protection PIP coverage that covers medical expenses regardless of fault. Explanation: personal injury protection PIP is considered a no-fault feature in Texas insurance. It provides coverage for medical expenses and lost wages for the policyholder, passengers, and other covered individuals, regardless of who is at fault in the accident. It ensures that individuals are compensated for their injuries without need proof fault.